Seven
followed as
dimensions of wealth.
Nigeria.
You can't just drop it and go like that. Come on, spit it out. 7 dimensions of wealth. Let's start
Right.
with that.
Okay. So, when we talk about wealth, yes, literally, what comes to mind is money. But we all know that money does not necessarily answer to all of the problems of this world. But take that with a pinch of salt. Money cannot solve all your problems, but money can definitely solve your money problems. But there are things that money can't solve. So when we talk about wealth, it's like I said, all encompassing. There's financial wealth, but let me go back from the beginning, and then I will spell it out, and of course, leave you with an acronym about wealth. So I like to
Always.
say there is something called legacy wealth. Legacy wealth. Like many people have come and gone. Like this world, nobody is going to be here forever. Now, there are people whose names and whose legacies continue to be on our mouths or in our mouths. They continue to, resonate with us. The way they lived their lives, the things that they did, the inventions that they had, those things continue to be on our minds. For example, Steve Jobs, gratefully, we're happy to remember him for building such a phenomenal product like iPhone. That's legacy, right? If we want to go the scriptural way, we can say, oh, Abraham, that's legacy, right? Many years after Abraham died, we are still saying he's the father of faith. And then you talk about so many people. Let's bring it back to the world of finance. You talk about the men that built America. You talk about Henry Ford, you talk about the Rockefellers, you talk about all of those people. And you continue to see that even though they've been long gone, the things that they did continue to reverberate. Recently I was reading about the Rockefellers Foundation and how from year to year they continue to support people with billions of naira. That's legacy, right? That's legacy. The Rockefeller person himself died centuries or many years ago, but we still see that whatever he did, transcended his life and continues to transcend from one generation to another. I think legacy world is one thing that you want to build, whereby people are saying, oh, Motorayo, whereby people are saying, Shola, they did this, they did that, and from generation to generation, people continue to be blessed by the work that we do. So that's the first dimension of wealth. Second dimension of wealth, I think, is what I call, mental wealth. Now, it's not enough to want to make money. Oh. I absolutely love money by all means. But listen, you've got to be in a very good state of mind for you to make the money, to enjoy the money. You right? And I'm not saying this to sort of undermine the things that people go through when it comes to mental health issues, but having one or two people who are really close to me dealing with it, I know that listen, money is good, but you have to guard your heart, guard your mind, so that you're in a top shape, position of mental wealth for you to enjoy even the money you're trying to make. So mental, so those two. Then let me go into the other five. I won't, dive deep into them, but I'll just mention them, because it's a framework that I teach. So you have what you call the social wealth, of course, the people that you have in your life that you can call on somebody. I remember about 2 or 3 years ago, I wanted to do a project and we needed about 200 million, right? Within 24 hours. By all means, 200 million is not small money. Whether now, whether then, whether 50 years ago, whether tomorrow, in spite of the inflation and devaluation issues. And I called a friend, and a friend called 5 other friends. Trust me, in less than 2 hours, that money was complete. Now, that is social work. Listen, not a cover of my money, not a dime of my money wasn't that 200 million. But I placed a call and 200 million was coming. That is social wealth, where you can depend on people. Because, of course, you yourself, you're very intentional about being there for people. So you have social wealth, you have health wealth. Earlier on, I talked about mental wealth, but that's different from health wealth. In recent times, I have taken my health more seriously because I realized that, see, There are some sicknesses, may they not come near us, that don't answer to money.
Right.
I literally gave an example of Steve Jobs earlier on. We all know how, the cancer he had with all of the money he had could not even answer to money.